With the announcement of NCAA football returning to EA Sports, there's been questions about whether or not Fight Night will return. I'm going to pose to you the question of whether or not Esports Boxing Club's announcement and eventual release will see the return of Fight Night. Hello and welcome to gaming, and welcome to a special video where I'm going to discuss whether or not Esports Boxing Club's upcoming release is going to force EA to think about releasing a new version of Fight Night. Now, as I mentioned in the intro there, EA Sports have announced that college football will be returning. The franchise, I think the last time they did it was a few years ago, nearly a decade ago I think. I don't know because I'm not that into sort of college football, but yeah, they've announced they're going to be bringing it back. And after this announcement there was a lot of comments from publications, boxing publications, sports publications, asking about whether or not the return of Fight Night will be coming, because of course it's been a decade now since we last had a Fight Night game. Now, I got a shock a few weeks ago, about I think it was a month ago now, when I saw Esports Boxing Club. I was a little bit late to that, and I did a few videos on it, and we'll be doing videos on it here on Welcome to Gaming in the coming year, I would imagine. I got such a good response to it, so clearly there's so many other people that are desperate for a new boxing game. And I see a lot of people mentioning that Fight Night was more arcadey than a sports sim. I always really liked Fight Night. I think, yeah, it possibly is arcadey, and I think with a lot of EA games, they're built that way so that they've got more of a mass appeal, so that they just pick up and play. Anyone can play them, and there's nothing wrong with that. You see that with FIFA, I think, as opposed to the game that I play, which is Pro Evolution Soccer. Pro Evolution Soccer was always considered more of the more in-depth football game, and I think that's the case with all of the franchises. But I do wonder if the release of Esports Boxing Club is maybe making EA Sports think, maybe we should bring back Fight Night. And I think if we see enough people playing Esports Boxing Club, EA Sports, the only thing that matters to EA is the money, right? Is the dollar signs. And if they see that so many people are playing a boxing game, they're gonna think about redoing Fight Night. Now, with a lot of the comments from publications over the last few days asking for a return to Fight Night, there was a lot of top names in boxing saying that they want to see it, and that's also probably gonna make EA sit up and listen if they can get their hands on some licensing to some of the big stars, some of the legends of the past. Now, Esports Boxing Club so far have announced quite an impressive roster from what we've seen, and I'm sure there'll be more to come as it goes along. But EA probably would have a bigger reach if they wanted to do a boxing game again, and might be able to get some more top stars. So my thoughts are that we'll see Esports Boxing Club come out this year. I don't know when it's going to come out. I'm getting a lot of comments saying, when do you think it will come out? I think it'll come out before the summer. I think we'll see it before the summer, but you never know with these games. It's a smaller staff developing that game, so it might take a little bit longer. But I think we'll see it this year. I think we'll see it do really well, and I think EA Sports will think we should probably do a Fight Night again. Now, I've said for years, I don't understand why there hasn't been a new boxing game. Yes, the UFC has become probably the most popular combat sport in the world, ahead of WWE, ahead of boxing, but there's still such a clamour for boxing. Now, I'm not actually a big boxing fan myself. I've said a lot of times here on this channel, I like boxing video games. I enjoy playing boxing video games, the thrill of the fight. I think they're perfect for video games. I just think boxing is a perfect sport to recreate for video games. I think that was shown as well with the story mode in Fight Night Champion. I think it really lends itself well to that format. I don't actually watch boxing in real life. It's not for me. I don't like the UFC either. It's too real. I don't like seeing people knock the shit out of each other. Whereas I enjoy WWE, I'm a wrestling fan, because I know that they're not trying to hurt each other. You might say I'm a wuss or a wimp, that's just my preference. But I know people in life that are just massively into boxing. Whenever the big fights are on, I know so many people that are just clamoring to watch it, and I just don't understand why that hasn't transpired to a new game. It seems so odd. You've had so many stars in the last 10 years come through, like Joshua and Tyson Fury, and I'm sure there's many more that I'm missing out. But yeah, it just seems really strange that there hasn't been a big boxing game in that time. So I think with the release of Esports Boxing, we'll see it do really well, and I think EA'll think we want a slice of that. Let's not forget as well that they're talking about bringing back Skate as well, which is another long dormant franchise of EA Sports. So I think we might see a little renaissance of some of their older properties coming back. What do you guys think? Do you think that we will see a new fight night in the next couple of years? It won't be this year, even if they thought about it. It'll take, the time to develop. Do you want to see a fight night game? That's another video that I've got an idea about talking about. We've seen the sports game industry change a lot in the last decade, and that's something I want to do another video about, so I won't spoil it here. But is it something that you'd like to see? Let me know. And are you excited for Esports Boxing Club? I think we all are, to be honest, but let me know in the comments below, and I'll respond to as many as I can, and I'll see you in the next video.